What up YouTube? BKB here. Today I'm going to be showing you not only how to survive, but how to thrive as a solo player on official servers. We're in North Berezino right now, which I recommend you getting a spawn around a town that you prefer or near the town you want to set up your first coastal stash. You will definitely need a coastal stash. And first thing you need to do is basic survival. I'm in North Berezino right now, and I'm going to put my first, or my coastal stash, in Civet. So you want to get a spawn close to where you're familiar with, or where you like spawning in at, anywhere in that general area. Knife, food. So we're hitting a well real quick. Town seems fairly quiet, which is a good thing. Berezino's usually hot. Since we're going to Civet to do our coastal stash, we might as well stay and loot this area the best we can. Got us an IV start kit. That's a good start. Bandage is a good start. EpiPen. All good things. Had to drop this extra stab vest I wanted to take to our first stash, but without a book bag, we're going to struggle. So right now we're leaving North Berezino. We're going to shoot up the Kelm. Our final destination for the first stage is Civet, so we're still going to stay in this area, but we're going to take advantage of some better loot just up the hill here. So not a bad start, actually a great start. We're heading to the campgrounds. We're going to loop around, come back to the area we are now, because early on it is important to focus on just your basic survival. We are not in a position to be starting our first crate yet. We've got to invest a couple hours, get the player right, get the supplies needed before we can take the first step into having a coastal stash set up. Score. We needed that bad. The good thing about this backpack is, with this one, we can bury one. So I'm going to carry this. I'm going to carry the dry bag, got a dry bag on my back. And we can actually use that for our first stash. We don't have to build crates. Just taking the chicken, because of course survival is our main concern right now. We'll be cooking all this up at Kelm, not in the campgrounds, but in the little town. I feel maybe a touch safer. Canteen. What do we got here? Longhorn with a scope. Score. That's a hell of a find. So I do not recommend making a fire at night, but we're in the town of Kelm. It seems pretty quiet around these parts as of now. We're going to risk it, and we're going to use the night to travel towards Civet. Police cars are a huge find on the way to Civet. Nothing too crazy here. Some ammo. Got a couple stab vest stash from the zombies that we can add to our coastal stash in the near future. But this takes time and a bit of luck. So don't always expect it to happen on your first run or in the first hour of gameplay. Those expectations may not be met. So we found a nice little stash in the town we want for our first coastal stash. We're minus some building supplies. We got the nails. We'll need a handful, a couple other things. The saw and the hatchet, and then we can make some crates. And definitely a digging tool so we can bury this. If you have to log out, or you've spent a couple hours getting this far, you can always hold the dry bag in your hand, log out with it, and restart this process again or continue again when you have the opportunity. There's our hatchet. Huge. Now we just need a saw. Just keep in mind to close all the doors behind you. better to be sneaky, especially when you're in or around your main coastal loot stash. So back at the hidden stash, we added the extra dry bag. We got a great start. We got everything we need for the crate. We just need a digging tool. And yeah, we're going to do some more loot and try to find that shovel. On the hunt for the shovel. And then our coastal stash will be secure and complete. Don't be scared to overwatch the town. Patience is key early on when you have a lot to lose.
One eternity later.
Finally. My lord, did you take a long time to find. Now remember, when you're harvesting your lumber, 2 complete circles on the tree. And that'll leave you with 1 crate. That way the tree still stands. So now we can officially secure our coastal stash. First dry bag, backup pistol, shoddy, stab vest. Second dry bag is all the ammo, another rifle, BK, another pistol, and stab vest. Basically 2 loadouts if need be. Right on the coast waiting for you. So now that the dry bags are secure, we got a secret place close by, not too close, but close, where I threw a couple crates. I'll keep my building supplies in this with a digging tool, obviously, to get to my stash. The other freshy fundamentals, if you will, food, water, etc. We will also be adding an NBC crate here, where I have a full NBC outfit and I can get to Riffy with ease and have somewhere to stash my loot afterward. And now we move inland. I'm doing the north run, so this is where it gets more dangerous. And the second loot stash will be setting up around Devil's Castle, and that'll be where the big guns go. It's game. When an opportunity presents itself, take it. Now that we're farther in the map, we're going to have to take risks, but we're going to use calculated risks. I'm not going to Kamensk, one of the most dangerous mill bases right yet. We're going to try the civilian barracks by Krasnostov and then the barracks by the castle on the other side of Krasno. And maybe we can score some better weapons without putting ourselves in too much danger. Now I'm pulling the zombies into the woods to minimize dead bodies laying right outside the barracks. So after looting the Krasno area mill bases, we still need a weapon, so we're heading north to one of the most dangerous mill bases on the map. I don't necessarily recommend this, but in the same breath, look at us. I mean, we're not losing anything. My shotgun and my stab vest I already have stashed. Basically all we're losing is time, and I'm okay with that. M16, exactly what we're looking for. These buses are a great spot to find press vests. I suggest you come across any of these buses. So we've reached Kamensk, very, very dangerous area. And I'm going to show you the meta on how to loot this. So we're going to find a tree northeast corner, stash the M16 fully loaded. We're going to work Kamensk left to right, east to west. From the outside of the base, we're taking our time. We're at the west end of Commence, and the advantage to looting this west to east is high ground. So who's better to have the high ground? We scored a baby AK already. Plate carrier Zed. Huge. Let's get him in here. Come on, buddy. Go for that. And there is our plate carrier. All right. What has he got? He's got a Tundra. We need that. Epoxy putty we need. That was unexpected. We'll take all this man's ammo. Take the ski mask. Take the food. And that is exactly why you loot Kamensk from west to east. We had to drop on that guy because most players come in from the east. Scored the backup sniper rifle, which is huge. That'll be buried in this dry bag alongside the M16, and we will have a loadout at the main stash. Home sweet home, Devil's Castle. There's many places in the middle of the map you can keep your main loot stash, but there's something about this place I just love. So we found a nice location for the main stash by Devil's Castle. Got everything that we've looted and a little some along the way when I was out getting supplies to make the crates and get the dry bags. Got a nice couple loadouts stashed in here. Got a backup plate carrier. So after our stashes are buried full of loadouts, we have our crates set aside here with building supplies if we need to make more, and of course a digging tool so we can access it. But it feels good once you get your main stash set up. After all the work you put into the coastal one and then the work you put into your main one, it's like a breath of fresh air to finally be done and have some wiggle room in this very difficult survival game. And that, my friends, is not only how to survive, but thrive as a solo player on official servers. Now that you got a guy in the middle of the map and you got plenty of stashes just in case things go wrong, you're free to chase PvP, loot helis, upgrade your gun stashes, all the fun stuff this game has to offer. Don't forget, have a great DayZ.